So today we're going to be checking out the Xgimi Horizon S Pro lifestyle projector, and I'd like to thank Xgimi for sending this projector out to me for review. So the Xgimi Horizon S Pro supports 4K Ultra HD, Dolby Vision. The sound is supported by Harman Kardon with DTS HD and Dolby Audio. It has 1800 ISO lumens, supports 110% of the BT 2020 color scale, and has a 1,000,000:1 dynamic contrast ratio. In the box, you'll get a remote, power cord, and batteries for the remote, and then you'll also get a Google TV streaming stick. Okay, so when you turn on the projector, you'll be greeted with the setup page, and there's also some little music in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. And you'll probably notice that the screen is not exactly fit to the projector image is not exactly fit to my projector screen. And that's because I have it on a tripod, but we're gonna do some adjustments with the keystone. So we'll select English. Now I don't have an Android phone, so we're gonna click skip. And then I'm gonna connect this to my Wi-Fi. So once you get your Google TV set up and everything, it's going to tell you that you can learn remote focus. So if you press the button that tells you there to enable focus, or press and hold enable to manual focus, then you can use the left or right to adjust. So it focused pretty much itself. Like I said, the screen is just not, the image is not fit to the screen, but we'll fix that. Okay, and then you can do uninterrupted auto keystone correction. So it says try rotating the projector horizontally or vertically. I'm not going to do that because I have it on a tripod. So we're going to hit next. And then it's going to tell you that you can do further image tuning. Then it's going to tell you light source mode. Switch between different light source modes and choose your preferred display effect. So right now we're on Dual Light 2.0. If we do tricolor, so we'll stick with that one, Dual Light. And then it says automatically extends the screen for a larger, more immersive image. Or you can do wall color adaptation, which intelligently matches the color of the projection wall to achieve image optimal color effects. Or you can do intelligent eye protection. Okay, so this is a Google Android TV platform. So if you're familiar with that platform, it's going to look exactly the same. If you sign up or you sign in, then you're going to get all your apps and stuff like that. So we're going to do some manual keystone correction here. So it's pretty simple, and if you know what keystone correction is, you can digitally manipulate the image to fit your screen. It's not recommended that you do this because when you do this, you will be manipulating the pixels. So you'll be reducing the pixel image. So if you can get it as level as possible, you want to do that, but we're going to go ahead and do that now because we aren't exactly fit. Okay, so that's the best that I can do there. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to fit the entire screen just because I don't have the projector back far enough, and that's fine, but I can still show you all the features. So we're going to head back, and again, doesn't look perfect. So the image quality looks very good. Now, if we go up to our settings, you can finish setting up your Google TV. You've got your general settings, apps, projector settings. So you've got keystone, uninterrupted, auto keystone, more image correction settings. You've got manual keystone, image zoom, screen shift, screen rotation, autofocus, manual focus, wall color adaptation, and then you've got keystone settings. So you can do keystone restore, auto keystone on startup, auto obstacle avoidance, auto screen alignment. If we go over to, so you've got your screen shift here if you want to make adjustments. You've got screen rotation, which we don't really need to do. And then you've got autofocus and manual focus. So again, it autofocused by itself and it did a really good job. Under picture settings, you've got light source mode. You can change that to tricolor. So dual light provides higher brightness while significantly improving viewing comfort. Tricolor Provides vivid color display, recommended for users not sensitive to color fringing or speckle. And then you've got adaptive brightness, automatically adjust brightness in real time based on ambient light. We're in a light controlled room, so we don't need that. You can adjust the brightness, switch to boost mode for higher brightness. Picture modes, you've got standard, movie, sport, brilliant, soft, custom, high power. So when you switch to boost mode to support performance mode, the screen turns off shortly, and after switching, the screen turns on automatically, ensuring that the ventilation is unsheltered and the room temperature is no more than 25 degrees Celsius. So we're going to leave this on standard, and then we'll take a look at the image once we get some content playing. You've got game mode, Dolby Vision adjustment is only supported for Dolby Vision content, and you've got 3D video setup. So we're going to go over to Plex. So we'll go to Ready Player One. We're going to change the audio just because it probably won't play. We're going to go to 5.1 and we're going to hit resume. We go to picture settings. So right now we are on standard, and to me this looks a little bit grainy. And you'll see, well, you won't be able to see it, but in the upper right corner it tells me that it's HDR. So right now we're on standard. That's movie. So movie takes a little bit of the graininess off. Again, I think some of the graininess is probably just because of the projector as well. But it does take off a little bit of the graininess. If we go back to picture settings, and then we go over to sport. Sport has a more bluish tone to it. Brilliant, a little bit more greenish tint. Soft, takes the brightness off a little bit. It's not as bright. And then high power. So we'll turn off screen and switch. And you can, I don't know if you can pick that up, but it sounds like a jet just took off in my room. So if you're gonna use this, you probably want to use this like outside somewhere, and then you'll probably have to go in and do custom on this. That's wild. I've never heard that before. So we're gonna go to movie. I don't think I've ever heard a lifestyle projector do that. That's pretty funny. Then as far as sound settings, you've got general sound effects. So you've got Harman Kardon original, and then you've got DTS Virtual X. So we're gonna put on DTS Virtual X. Sound mode, you got standard, movie, sport, and game. You got volume balance, and then digital out if you're using internal speakers. Okay, and then advanced settings, you can switch Bluetooth visibility, intelligent eye protection, focus calibration, keystone calibration. So we're gonna go back to the picture, and I don't know if this is gonna play just because it's a really high bit rate. You know, it's 4K and it's streaming over Wi-Fi, but we'll click it and see if we can get some. May have to change the settings.
Damn, I love that bike.
Oh, H. Well, he's my friend, but he can fix it for you.
This is my workshop. Touch nothing.
So the audio actually sounds pretty good. I'm going to pause this. The audio actually sounds pretty good. Again, you know, this is a lifestyle projector. These aren't typically meant to go into a home theater. This is for if you're traveling, or if you go to a friend's house, you have a kid's party, you want to project this outside on, you know, an outside wall or a sheet or something like that. But you should get pretty good audio. And then of course, if you connect this to like a Bluetooth speaker or something, then you'll get even better audio. Okay, so now what I did is I went into custom and I turned down the sharpness because it was getting a lot of grain. That's one of the things that I always do on a lot of these, you know, TVs and projectors. I turn on the sharpness. and then turned off motion compensation. It was on medium, and I was getting a little bit of lag on the image, so that's strong. You have medium, weak, and then off. We're going to leave that on off. Then HDR, we're going to leave that on auto. You can see that it kind of looks washed out when you turn it to off, at least on an HDR movie. So we're going to turn that back on. Local contrast, we're going to put that to strong. Noise reduction, turn off. Dynamic contrast, color optimization, color correction. And yeah, the image is looking very, very good now. So again, this is custom. I really like the way that this looks. I think if you project this in, if you have like this in a kid's room or something, or you bring this outside at night and you shine this onto like a white wall or a white sheet, a white garage, something like that, you're going to get a really, really good image. So these lifestyle projectors have gotten a lot better. They have been putting in a lot of effort to make sure that you still get a very good image, good HDR. Again, this does support Dolby Vision. So for those of you that, are going on trips or, doing stuff with kids and you don't necessarily need a dedicated home theater, but you still want to get a good image with, maybe a kid's party or something like that, or just, relaxing in a part of the house where you don't have a full-blown home theater system with separates and speakers and all that stuff. You just want to watch some content, maybe on a bigger screen than your normal TV. Check out the Xgimi Horizon S Pro. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.